where Ghana's Business Day gets explained. Are fuel prices moving up, down, or doing waka waka? Is the cedi really behaving, or it's just pretending for the cameras? Well, that's why you need a show that breaks it all down without breaking your head. The Afternoon Business Review gives you clear analysis, fresh updates, and smart insights without the stress. My name is Oye Ankrah, and I bring you everything you need to know in the world of business Mondays to Thursdays at 12:30. Let's have lunch together. The Afternoon Business Review, where Ghana's Business Day gets explained. Ghana could save between $300 and $400 million every year if it shifts just 20% of its thermal electricity generation to renewable energy such as solar. This is equivalent to roughly 3.3 to 4.4 billion Ghana cedis, based on an exchange rate of about 11 cedis to a dollar. Ghana currently depends heavily on thermal power. In 2024, thermal generation accounted for about 71% of the country's electricity generation mix, with plants relying mainly on natural gas and, at times, expensive liquid fuels. Thermal power generation in Ghana is estimated at about 12 to 18 US cents per kilowatt hour or per kilowatt per hour, while utility scale solar globally can produce electricity at about 4 to 6 US cents per kilowatt per hour. This means solar and other renewables could potentially produce electricity at 40 to 60% lower cost than thermal generation. In the savings, which is very crucial, would not only come from cheaper electricity. A greater shift to solar could also reduce Ghana's dependence on imported liquefied or liquid fuels, ease pressure on foreign exchange, and help reduce the financial burden on the energy sector. Ghana's 2026 National Energy Compact is therefore targeting a greater role for solar, wind, biomass, hydropower, and battery storage in the country's electricity mix. So Ghana could save between 300 and 400 US dollars or million US dollars every year if it shifts just 20% of its thermal electricity generation to renewable energy such as solar or wind. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Afternoon Business Review, where we tell you what is shaping your money and markets. Now that you know that going renewable could save the country so much money, let's go on to the commodities market to find out how gold, cocoa, and crude are being sold. Crude oil has increased by $3 and is selling at $85 per barrel, and that is up from the 88. Sorry. So crude oil is selling at $85 per barrel. The price has increased by $3. As of yesterday, it was sold at $82 per barrel. Gold is being pegged at $4,392 per ounce, and that is down from $4,397 that it was sold yesterday. It has decreased or reduced in price by some $5. Cocoa is priced at $6,004. $6,004, and that is up from the $5,842 it was sold yesterday. So cocoa price has increased actually by about $162, and that is per ton. So that's how much you're likely to buy crude oil, gold, and cocoa on the world market if you are into that business. From the commodities markets, we move straight to the interbank market. How much the commercial banks are retailing the currencies. I'm talking about the major currencies, the dollar, the pound, and the euro. The dollar is selling at 11 cedis. You were expecting some pesos. It is at exactly 11 cedis. So if you are selling a dollar and you went to any of the commercial banks, you're likely to receive 11 cedis from them for just $1 or for $1. But if you want to buy a dollar from any of the commercial banks, you are likely to get it at 11 cedis 99 pesos. The British pound is trading at 14 cedis 92 pesos, and if you want to buy, you are likely to buy a pound at 14 cedis 90 pesos. The euro is going for 12 cedis 72 pesos, and if you want to buy €1, you are likely to buy it at 12 cedis 74 pesos in any of the commercial banks. These figures may be higher or lower in regulated forex bureaus, but do not go to the black market. It is illegal to do so. Do you want to know how your stocks are doing on the Ghana Stock Exchange? Yes, I bet you want to. So, Kathleen Darcy has some updates from the Ghana Stock Exchange.
The stock market began the week on a decline with 7 gainers and 6 laggards. The top gainers were Clydestone, Das Pharma, and Ecobank Ghana, while Cowbank, Enterprise Group, and ETI declined. Driven by the price moves, the Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index declined to a year-to-date return of 73.35%, while the Databank Stock Index fell to a return of 84.21%. MTN Ghana, Unilever, and Casapreco traded the most, accounting for 55.9% of the market turnover after trading 1.2 million shares across 28 counters. For Databank Research, Kathleen Darcy.
And here in the studios, my name is Nana Oye Ankrah. You are on the Afternoon Business Review. We are talking business over lunch. Have you had lunch yet? And what are you having? Or what did you have? So we move straight to look at stories that are shaping the Ghanaian economy. And our first stop is on cocoa, because a group calling itself Young Cocoa Farmers Association has petitioned President Mahama to urgently provide clarity on key policies ahead of the 2026-2027 cocoa purchasing season. In a petition to the president, the group said the difficulties experienced during the 2025-2026 season left many cocoa farmers financially distressed and uncertain about the future of their livelihoods. Speaking to Class Business, the convener of the association, Martin Edu, said their members have been subjected to long-standing struggles, making it difficult to sell their produce and make ends meet. So I will bring you that shortly. The sound of the Young Cocoa Farmers Association. They have petitioned President Mahama to urgently provide clarity on key policies ahead of the 2026-2027 cocoa purchasing season. They say the difficulties experienced during the 2025-2026 season left many cocoa farmers financially distressed and uncertain about the future of their livelihoods. Let's listen to them.
We have stated clearly why we want to petition the president. What we're saying is that we have 6 points that we have raised. First one, we are asking whether there will be adequate funds for the 2026-2027 cocoa purchasing season. Why are we saying this? We're asking this question because of the challenges that we went through the previous season, where at some point in time, we were not able to sell our cocoa beans because there weren't that fund or adequate funds us to be able to sell our produce. So we want to assure that this season that is ahead of us, there will be adequate funds to our cocoa beans. Secondly, we are also asking whether there has been some kind of measures to prevent the recurrence of what happened during last season, because the financial challenges that we went through, it affected with the young cocoa farmers. Has been some kind of measures to prevent the recurrence of what happened during last season, because the financial challenges that we went through, it affected with the young cocoa farmers severely, and for that reason we want to be sure that it will not happen again. Supporting any political party in this direction, but we, the young farmers, are asking the president to engage us on the bill, to be able to understand it properly. Because what we are hearing, in fact, if that is true, then it will not be.
So you had the convener of the Young Cocoa Farmers Association, Martin Edu, and he is outlining their grievances, why they are not happy about how they experienced the 2025-2026 season, that is the cocoa purchasing season, and they have issued a petition and given it to the president to urgently provide clarity on some of the key policies on cocoa ahead of the 2026-2027 cocoa purchasing season. So Martin Edu of the Young Cocoa Farmers Association there. Now, another story that is shaping our digital economy is that the Deputy Chief of Staff, Oye Walton, has called for the adoption of practical digitalization systems to drive economic growth, support innovation, and create lasting opportunities for young technical entrepreneurs. According to her, heavy taxation within the sector stifles the industry's growth and skills. Speaking at the National ICT Week, the Deputy Chief of Staff called for stronger policies to enable startups and young professionals access financing to grow their businesses. She further stressed the need for a more connected digital ecosystem to harness technology for national development. Let's listen to her.
Ghana must foster and increase stakeholder engagement. We must create a practical corporate tax and digitalization regime. We must discourage heavy taxation because this makes it exceedingly difficult for new developers who are youth and startups to scale. We must keep in mind that the field is dominated by enthusiastic young citizens who are using tech as a pathway out of economic hardship. Ghana can equally foster a very supportive financial ecosystem for tech. Let us empower these young entrepreneurs. This approach will give young tech professionals the necessary financial pathway to build a mature government.
You heard the Deputy Chief of Staff, Nana Oye Walton Ankrah. For his part, the Deputy Minister of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, Mohammed Adams Suparu, said the government has advanced plans to strengthen Ghana's digital economy to manage risk associated with the use of AI.
This means advancing a coordinated, interoperable, secure and innovation-driven digital ecosystem that creates opportunities for citizens, businesses, public institutions, and young people across the country. Over the past year, government has taken significant steps towards advancing this digital transformation agenda. One of the major milestones has been the launch of the Ghana's National Artificial Intelligence Strategy in April 2026. The strategy provides a national framework for the responsible and inclusive adoption of artificial intelligence, with emphasis on data governance, infrastructure, talent development, ethical use, and practical application across sectors of the economy. It also set out Ghana's ambition to position itself as the leading artificial intelligence hub in Africa.
So you had the Deputy Minister of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, and he was speaking at the ongoing National ICT Week. The celebration actually started yesterday, and a lot of speakers have been deliberating on how to strengthen our digital economy. And you had Deputy Chief of Staff Nana Oye Walton Ankrah there, who was calling for the adoption of practical digitalization systems to drive economic growth. And so it's very, very important. I mean, digitalization is the way to go. Let's go to Kumasi, because the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly has warned transport unions, station executives and drivers against charging passengers unapproved transport fares in the Kumasi metropolis. In a statement issued on August 7, 2026, the Assembly described the practice as illegal and highly unacceptable and directed transport operators to immediately desist from charging fares that have not been approved by the relevant authorities. The KMA says it has received reports of illegal transport fares being charged at various stations within the metropolis, prompting the Assembly to take enforcement measures to address the situation. According to the statement, a KMA enforcement task force will soon visit various transport unions and stations to ensure that operators comply with approved fares and other regulations. Let's listen to some of the drivers.
Guys, carry there. And yeah, I'm a fuel. Cause what bano? Fuel and they bear. You're told 60 cities. They say a blue bear 80 cities. They say fast work a fly, no, they say I could.
For first part, 5 cities. And I buy a petrol son. This is son. I don't mean 50 pesos. He says, well, 2 mark of broke the first fire general. And tell me I did 50 pesos and also some of 5 cities. I told you 5 cities. So, for no first part price. No, you see, I brought the general. Yes, I had my well, ultimately, we are 5 million, 4 million, upon your Yahi. And yes, yes, you to Nelson Yapania. And you are carrying a harder. He said that body then. It's your body, like this is the body, and then. Can you say so?
Me chukwa Domia Promasi. It is station on a no. Oh, now 6 cities, 50 pesos. CC call 8 cities. First fuel. First one and near fuel. And as you see, Oko tire. Tanu boy D. A course of CC on your point and I'll go organize a while. Over 2 tire amount. First, no, 9 10. She 20, Modia 20, hair, Modia 30. So, it will be a baby, any come up for. So, into Iba Gloom Hanos, 1 minute. Yeah, one who said driver for the nipa at fame. And I station myself for the town. In the which area upon I and your capre. In the Madara Moboy.
For any day high because first no could be 6 hours better be 3 million. This I could say better be 6 million, 7 million. Into your dear boy I cry. It is free. Woman cry maso. Maso domiabla. Oh, first any day. When I saw better be 6 no. And I'm going to bet my 3 million. As I said, better be 6 million. My 8 million, 6 million. And true bet. A corner from some any and you'll be bought short. Short, nice and be able.
So you had some motorists, drivers actually, commercial drivers, who are complaining about how less they make nowadays, and because of that, they have resorted to charging illegal or unapproved fares. They have decided to increase their prices or their fares because they claim that fuel prices are up. And you even heard somebody talking about electricity. I don't know how that is connected to transport fares, but they basically are, talking about how expensive fuel is nowadays and the reason why they have decided to increase fares. My colleague, Elisha Adakwa, who is in the Ashanti region, Kumasi to be precise, has joined us on the telephone. Elisha, who are these drivers? Are they members of the GPRTU or they are the, roving commercial drivers?
Not. I spoke to a couple of them, and they indicated that they have decided to increase the transport fare because of the current hike in petroleum prices, as well as the prices of oil that they used to operate their vehicle, as well as prices of spare parts. So that's the reason why they have increased the transport fare. Let me say that not all of the transport operators have increased it, but some of them have increased it. Others are waiting for the authorities, that is the GPRTU, other transport unions to come out officially with their new fare before they increase their prices. But currently, you could see a number of the transport operators increasing their prices, and which is actually affecting passengers across the region.
And let's go to what the KMA is saying. Aside from the statement that it has issued, is there any move yet?
Currently, they have not taken any action, and now they just released the statement cautioning the drivers to ensure they take the old transport fare without increasing it, because they will be taking action against them. So now, no action has been taken. We know previously when the transport operators increased the transport fare, which was described by the KMA as illegal, they took action. They arrested some of the drivers. They charged them, and some fines were taken from them. And aside from that, some of the drivers decided not to heed the caution by the KMA. They continue to take the new price that they decided to charge. And the KMA did not take any action again, and now they have come out with another press release cautioning them to stop. So the drivers think the KMA sometimes take a decision and they are not able to execute it. So it does not actually bother them. They are not afraid of what the KMA has
issued,
come out with,
right,
which is contained in the statement.
Wow, that's interesting. But have you had any conversation with the GPRTU in the region, and what are they saying about this development?
I spoke to some of the GPRTU chairmen who are in charge of the various transport terminals, and they are of the view that they have not officially come out with a new transport fare. So what some of their members are charging is illegal, and they also reacted to the public accusation that only GPRTU members are charging these particular fares. They said that it is not true because we have some truck drivers who are also doing same, and for them, because they are not regularized, they have no one to actually control them, so they do whatever they want. So they refuted the accusation that they are only a transport union that has increased the transport fare. They are indicating that they will actually come out officially to rebuke that particular statement, and they have not officially issued any new transport fare release asking their members to increase this particular transport fare that is actually being charged by some of the transport operators, including the GPRTU members.
Very well, thank you very much, Elisha. We'll come to you again on this development, and that was my colleague in Kumasi of the Ashanti region, and he was bringing us up to speed as to the new development there, which has revealed that some commercial drivers are actually charging passengers unapproved fares. They have decided to increase fares on their own, and the GPRTU is unaware of this. The KMA says it will send a task force to clamp down on that, and so we will monitor and then bring you up to speed. If you are in the Ashanti region, or if you happen to travel to the Ashanti region, note the fares so that you do not pay unapproved fares. And so that is our show this afternoon, but I want to tell you about Dangote Refinery. Dangote Refinery, Nigeria's Dangote Petroleum Refinery, has secured a $1 billion underwriting program for its planned initial public offering, IPO. Advisors said this morning, in a move that could support what would be Africa's largest IPO. Marob Strategies and Consulting DIFC Limited and Lilium Capital Group said the program comprises a completed and funded $600 million private placement and a $400 million underwriting commitment for the planned share sale. The $400 million commitment will take effect when the IPO is launched, is subject to market conditions and regulatory approvals, the advisor says. So we are going to have Africa's largest IPO, all thanks to Nigeria's Dangote. So you may want to be part of that, it's a big one. So we'll bring you more on that subsequently. My name is Oye Walton Ankrah. Many thanks for your time as always. It feels good to talk about Dangote all the time. Yes. Associates with the rich to become rich. All right, so have a good afternoon.